pretty, but she ain't afraid to pop off. Honey with a little bit of hot sauce. Oh, 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 oh.
Everything's better with the hot sauce. Make a right leg redder with the hot sauce. Body like a bottle, got that hot sauce. Need a sip of water with the hot sauce.
Take the good with the bad. Got a little temper, think she got it from her dad. Drinking Bud Light from a champagne glass. It can be a fight, but I like it like that. She the type to make you tear up on the low. On my button, she gon' push them envelope. Fire woman, how she gets down on the pole. Make me wanna buy a ring and call the folks.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Pretty, but she ain't afraid to pop off. Honey with a little bit of hot sauce. Oh, 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 oh. Go ahead and shake it like hot sauce. Get up like a ticket like hot sauce. Shawty getting wetter than hot sauce. Everything's better with the hot sauce.
Got my head spinning, that's top sauce. Roll a little pot sauce, now we going off sauce. With a thing hitting 12 rounds, that's box sauce. Anything she wants sauce, you know that I box sauce. Fancy, but she look good in a knockoff. Girl, this ain't no joke, I wanna knock. And I'm sure that you get this a lot sauce. But you make a brother wanna tie the knot sauce.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Pretty, but she ain't afraid to pop off. Flirty, but she hit you with the shot block. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Lady, but she freaky with the lights off. Honey with a little bit of hot sauce. Oh, 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 oh. Everything's better with the hot sauce. Make a red neck redder with the hot sauce. Body like a bottle, got that hot sauce. Need a sip of water with the hot sauce. Go ahead and shake it like hot sauce. Get up like a ticket like hot sauce. Shawty getting wetter than hot sauce. Everything's better with the hot sauce.
We got two teams going to their conference championships. As expected, it is the Baltimore Ravens, although the Texans gave it a fun first half. And then we have the Niners, which, woo, just by a little bit. The Packers, like, here, can I tell you real quick what my son's new phrase is? You know what really grinds my gears? Because I showed him a Fortnite. He loves Family Guy. He's not allowed to watch it, but I show him clips. And he's on Fortnite. Peter Griffin's on. And so I showed him this Fortnite, what really grinds my gears. And he goes, but anyhow, you know what really grinded my gears? Throughout the game, how it's like, those Stroud cards looking mighty good now. And then they delete the post. And it's like, all you guys who invested in Jordan Love. And then it's like, shut the fuck up. Legitimately. Like, I don't respond to those, but I look at them, I'm like, I know what kind of person you are by this post. You're the kind of person that has $0 and hates people that work hard to get theirs. You probably don't have a job, like a real job, and you just like to piss and moan and complain about other people. Dude, Jordan Love looked great. CJ Stroud's Rookie of the Year. The Texans were supposed to... I didn't see that, Chris. It was all over. People were posting things, and it was getting deleted and posted and deleted. I hate that shit. It's like the media. Delete. Censor. Like, they won't even show Stroud's full interview. The Texans weren't even supposed to be there. That's awesome. The fact that the Texans got to the playoffs is astronomical with losing Tank Dell and then not even having Stroud for a couple weeks. And then they win a game. They win a game against the Browns, who wasn't supposed to be there either. I get it. But they were a great defense. And I'll be honest. The Texans kind of had a little bit of a collapse there. But, dude, come on. Great year. Great year. D'Amico Ryan's Coach of the Year. C.J. Stroud, Rookie of the Year. Tank Dell, legendary if he can stay, if as long as this isn't like a long-term lingering issue. And then you got the Jordan Love Packers. Is it possible that the Packers are like the Steelers of coaching to the Packers quarterbacks? Like you had, who was it before Cowher? Someone before Cowher, then it went Tomlin. And I get it. They've only won a couple Super Bowls, along the way. Second greatest team in my opinion as far as dynasties goes. You've got to put the Patriots up there. But here's my deal. everyone's like, Jordan Love, you better sell him now. Stop. The dude looks good. He looks good. Yeah, UFC Immaculate's first, guys. I'll rip it. But yeah, so listen, I didn't get to watch. It's my mother-in-law's birthday. Well, technically today, but it's today on Sunday. But we went out last night after a long day of a wrestling tournament. Zach, I appreciate you checking in, by the way, man. That was very kind of you. My kids did okay wrestling today. When they do group meets, they're leveled with leveled wrestlers of their... They wrestle one below their level, on their level, above their level. Today it was just a tournament. And they had teams from Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, club teams from Pennsylvania that were good. Pat Cohen got a pin and he put the half in. I was so proud of him. He got a medal. Paxton, he won his first match, got a pin, and then it was like, pew. He got like in his head. He lost his second match to someone he lost. He's like, I have to wrestle that person again. I'll never beat him. I'm like, not with that attitude. And shit, he just went down. So anyhow, we had that. And then we went out to Ichiban, Hibachi Grill. Dude, it was so much fun. But they don't have TVs there, so except at the bar. So when we were done with our meal, they were like, we know you ordered another round of drinks, but would you mind moving away and go and sitting like by the bar? And we're like, sure. And then they had a TV there. I was like, why didn't they say this an hour ago? It was just one of those funny things that just worked out. Dude, for the first time in my life, I actually, here, I'm going to put these up here so you can see me pull it out. I actually left the restaurant and went across the street to a beer distributor and bought beer because they were like, they cashed us out and there was no bar. You had to get a tab at your table and we already paid 2 tabs. I literally went over. This is how much. I don't know if this officially makes me an alcoholic as I drink my beer. Hold on. Silva, the new champ. Remember, this is serial numbers, guys. And we are going to stay live for the football mixer. But I went across the street and bought a 12-pack of Heineken, put it outside my father-in-law's car who drove us there, and then snuck a beer into the restaurant. I literally opened it up, put it in my sweatshirt, walked in and sat at the table. I was like, I ain't buying a beer. I'm not running another tab in this place. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, I already spent like $100 in drinks. I'm like, it's not like about the money. I'm just not starting another tab. You're all busy. No one said a word. We got a Corey Sanhagen, 30 out of 50. So that's going to go to the 0 spot. Levi Welton. That's the Sandman. But no, it was a good time. I got some steak and scallops. I love me some scallops. Cooked perfectly. Both medium rare steak and the scallops, both perfect. And then, of course, they always spray the sake. That's always fun. I got a lot of extra sake. Yeah, I own it. I own who I am as a person, Zach. You actually go get scallops? Caitlin Sermonera? This is going to be 99 out of 99. So we had a 30 out of 50 and a 99 out of 99. That's an eBay 101, Brent. Brent Derrick. So what do you have to do that? Is it like skimming the waters? So I will say this. Anybody do wrestling in here with their kids? Does anybody do actual... So we use this app called Track Wrestling. And they were like, I had signed up to volunteer to run a table today. Now, I know enough about wrestling and scoring. I mean, I have a good history with it. And, look, there he is. Sean Strickland. 82 out of 99 going to the 2 spot. That's going to be Bob Riley, 82 out of 99. Oh, that's usually what I make, base scallops. These what are they, like sea scallops? The big ones? But I usually cook base scallops. They're a little bit easier to control. But yeah, nothing wrong with the base scallops. I got the big ones tonight. Oh, you hand pick off the sea floor. So we used to go like Helgramite, where you kick rocks up, kick them into a net. Like we'd get that for bait for fishing. That's the closest I did to any type of like digging for creatures. How about a 5 out of 10? Alexander Volkanovsky training shirt. Is this used? Fighter used material. 5 out of 10. There you go, Zach. Pretty cool. Different color there. So anyhow, I ran the table today. It was so cool. So when we did wrestling matches and like scoring, it was like they put there's like a tree and like it shows the bouts and then you wait, and then scoring's all done on paper and there's table runners and you have to have someone run it and like there's a digital. This was all done on a computer hooked up to a monitor. It was wild. Everything was on. Dude, it was so much fun to score it. I watched some great wrestling matches today. And you know what's crazy? Do you guys notice the thing that girls wrestle and they wrestle boys? And I'm not talking just like little girls. My sister wrestled when she was little. She was the only girl ever at a tournament. I'm talking like up to 7th, 8th grade. I saw some inappropriate shit today, in my opinion, but it's a sport. But girls wrestling boys in like 7th, 8th grade, the girls were far better than the boy wrestlers. Girls won more than the boys did in girl versus boy matches, and it was wild to watch. I am talking fit, physically fit. Oh, our school has a girls wrestling team, but they have to wrestle the boys at a tournament. They don't have just girls brackets. There's not enough of them. A lot of the girls won their brackets today. I'm like talking like, this is not your mama's wrestling girl. This is like Clamp It. You remember the old, I was telling the guy that did the score table with me, I was like, you ever watch the old Beverly Hillbillies movie with the Clamp It girl? 26 out of 99. Dan Henderson to the 6th spot. James Britton. James Britton with the Dan Henderson. But yeah, man, these girls could wrestle. Paxton had to wrestle 2 girls today. And the one girl got first in her bracket, in his bracket, did not lose a match. 4 boys, 2 girls in his bracket. The girl won. Her name was Octavia. Octavia. Oh, and the poor kid. He was such a trooper. He wrestled hard. She was good. And she gave him a hug afterwards. I was like, at least you got a pretty girl to give you a hug, man. This is 26 out of 99. He's like, Dad, stop. I'm like, dude, she was like, she liked him. It was cute. It was very cute. But, dude, then there's like some big boys. I watched some headbutting today. Some refs having to step in. Some bloody noses. It was wild. Oh, we have a redemption coming up. Speaking of girl fighters, how about Misha Tate? Another 99 out of 99? Brent Derrick? What up? I mean, it's rare to see a 99 out of 99. To get 2 in one break is insane. So we have a redemption. Get your redemption guesses in. $20 credit if you get it. Even on this. You don't have to be in the break. So that's going to go to you too, Brent. And I'm sorry. Look, man, we are doing one box of this. I'm not a fan of it at its price point. But I like to get a little bit of the high-end UFC. If you notice, we have been breaking a lot. I have stuff. I have Chronicles. I have Prism. I have is it Contenders? I have a bunch of UFC. What's the other stuff I have? Chronicles, Contenders, Optic. But we just don't break it a lot because it's to me, it's just that, I want to do it more. But the high end I really like. Here we go, redemption. Card 108. Alex Pereira, rookie memorabilia autographs. No one guessed Pereira. So here's what we're going to do. Here's how this works. Because it doesn't have a color or anything labeled with that, we look it up first on the Panini site. All right, and I will show you what I find. If it's numbered, okay? If it's numbered and it's out of like 99. Oh, no. We random it up. Because we said there's no way to know what it would be number 2 out of 99. So all redemptions get random. That's right. Because we said there's no way to know if it would be what it would be. The only time The only time it can go out is if it's a 1 of 1. If it is a 1 of 1, it goes to the 1 spot. I am still going to check to see if we know what it's number 2, especially to run the 1 of 1. So the only time it can go is if it's a 1 of 1, and the only way it could be a 1 of 1 is the 1 spot. So we do honor that because there's no way it could go to anyone else. But even if it's an out of 2, out of 3, out of 4, I don't just random those numbers. It's just we honor the 1 of 1. We've always done that. It's just the way we've ran it. Let me just check this though. Panini Immaculate. And this is just rookie memorabilia autographs. This is kind of cool though. You guys are going to get a chance. So these are all numbered out of 99, 108, Alex Pereira, middleweight out of 99. So we're going to random it up, which is kind of cool. Everyone has a chance. So if you didn't get a card yet, you have a shot. All right, you ready to do that? Let's do it. Let's make it fun. Alex Pereira, good autograph memorabilia. All right, we'll bring you over here. Let's do it. Alex Pereira, auto mem, min roll 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to take everybody in order here. And guys, don't go anywhere. We are going to go right into the next break. It's going to be a 6. Good luck to everybody. I wish you all the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good luck, everybody. Honestly, no favorites here. Zach McCarthy, the guy talking UFC, gets it. Zach McCarthy, you got the Alex Pereira. To be fair, Zach McCarthy did buy a couple of personal UFC boxes recently. So, he's going to walk away with it. But, listen, that's it. That's all we got. I'm not getting any more of it. So we did get a Misha Tate going out to Brent. A Dan Henderson going out to Britton. A Alexander Volkanovski going out to Zach. And then he also got the Alex Pereira. We got the Caitlin Sermonara to Brent. And then the Corey Sanhagen, apparently the Sandman, to Levi. And Sean Strickland to Bob Riley. All right, we're going to go into the football break right away. I'm actually going to stop the recording and start a fresh one. No new tunes, though. So, guys, I'm going to be honest. I've slept, and it's not just... All right, so I've slept about 3 hours a night over the last 5 nights. And part of it is 100%... Well, I'll go back a little bit. My neck has been killing me. My wife thinks I have meningitis. I'm like, I don't have any other symptoms. I went to the chiropractor. I think my neck is just, I slept wrong. But I will say, I'm like, my wife goes to the worst. I'm like, I don't have meningitis. Leave me alone. And then I'm like, she's like, touch your chin to your neck. I was like, I can't do it. She's like, you have meningitis. I'm like, leave me alone. But like, dude, it's all, you know what it is? It is 100%. I have anxiety about this Bills game. I do. 100% have anxiety about this Bills game. And it sucks. Like, I should not be that toxic of a person that I let the anticipation of a football team. All right. Real quick, though, before we go any further, I do got to tell you guys, last night, if you were involved, and any breaks today are included, you guys did some voting. Where is it? You guys did some voting, and you had to get all 4 right. But as of right now, you got the Ravens and the 49ers right. If you get all 4 correct, anybody that was in Thursday, Friday, or Saturday's breaks are going to get random off for $2 $50 credit. That includes anything from 7-card stud up to tonight. You just need the Lions and Bills to win. Dude, I take a lot of B12. I take iron, but I'm on an antibiotic too for my strep, and so they're like, don't take so much iron with that. It's just like don't take your vitamins, but you're taking your antibiotics, but you can take prebiotic. It's also wacky, isn't it? You're going to be sick and quit. Oh, yeah, because we have eclectic in this. Slam, if we pull the Barry Gibbs auto, I'll make sure we hook you up. Listen, I'll make sure I hook you up, buddy. Because I get that. That is like your dream auto. We'll find a way to get that card in your hand one way or the other. You know? We'll get you covered. That is like I get that. That's like a Josh Allen, Doug Flutie card for me. Most people would think it'd be a Josh Allen, Jim Kelly card, but actually, believe it or not, my dream card is a Josh Allen, Doug Flutie card. Bills in the Super Bowl would be lovely. That would be lovely. Have fun fucking Jules. Anybody know that movie? That would be lovely. Have a great night. You too. And have fun fucking Jules. Bills Lions Super Bowl is what I had. It's super bad. Rob Scandal, you get $2 credit for movie trivia. When you use it, just message me and be like, by the way, I used my $2 movie trivia credit. I kind of wanted the Packers to win too, but that was the game I cared the least about. Justin Shorter for the Buffalo Bills. Rookie, there's a Jaden Reed. Jahmyr Gibbs silver and a Joe Burrow pink. We got Quentin Johnson and our Bryce Young. This is our mega box. Ah, look at this checkerboard. Ryan Tannehill. Now they have the black and white checkerboards coming out of the retail boxes. Listen, my absolute did not come in today. It's now scheduled for Monday. It actually wasn't McLovin. It was Jonah Hill's character and the old lady at the grocery store. But McLovin is from it. So both my Prism Retail did not come in. It was scheduled to come in on Saturday. My Absolute was scheduled for Thursday. Still is not in, but it is moving now at least. Should be here Monday. The weather is just horrible, up the East Coast. If you didn't see my post, they're paying Bills or Orchard Park and Buffalo residents $20 an hour to shovel snow. Because last week it was a train wreck, man. Like, there was nowhere to sit. People had to shovel out their seats with their hands. And look, I get it. There was nothing they could do. They didn't want to move the game. Everyone's like, Bills are soft. And it's like, dude, it was a law. It was an order. They weren't really supposed to play the game Monday, but I think honestly Goodell be like, look, you can tell us we can't, but we're going to play the game. And I can see Goodell saying that, like, well, I appreciate the fact that you're going to say we can't have it, but we're going to have it. Don't worry about it. BJ Ojulari pink. Devontae Adams. We got a Christian McCaffrey. Dude is wild. Deuce Vaughn. Roquan Smith. Ooh, Rashee Rice. Dalton Kincaid. And how about an Anthony Richardson pink Indianapolis Colts going out to, is it Brad Holsty? You know what you got an Axel Foley Lions jacket. That's pretty cool. So listen, I'm debating how I want to redo the break room a little bit or revamp it a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I want to line the back. I have a Flutie jersey and I have a Kelly jersey. I obviously have a Josh Allen out in my build, like in my basement room, my man cave, my Bills room. So I want to leave that out there, but I was like, you know what I need back here? I need a Tyrod Taylor and another Josh Allen jersey in here. So I started looking up Bills Tyrod Taylor autograph jerseys. They just do not exist. So I'm offering a finder's fee. Can anyone find me an authenticated Bills Tyrod Taylor autograph jersey? I want to see it. It can't be much, but if it's rare, maybe. No, I have enough Nathan Peterman 101s, Rob. We can put some Nathan Peterman 101s on the wall. Nathan Peterman. It's the whole reason my Josh Allen collection is nice, but not glamorous. I was like, all right, he was at least a first rounder. A Thurman OJ auto, absolutely, that would be cool. I got like an OJ mini helmet. I got a Thurman big helmet. I got a Thurman mini helmet. I have a Thurman jersey. But I thought I would just do the QBs in here. I almost pulled the trigger on a nice Josh Allen authentic helmet this week. There were just a few things holding me back. I felt like the artwork on it could have been a little better. This price was great, $850, fair price. But just a couple things, I was like, I'll just wait. Now, Chris, I don't regret it, and I'll tell you why. Was it a good deal? Absolutely. And I appreciate your input. I really do. And I mean, could I flip it for more? Probably. But the problem is that if I buy that and I find one that I really, really, really like, I'm going to be like, and let's just say it's $1,300, which is expensive, but like for a nice one, that's not like insane. Then I'd be like, why didn't I just wait and do that one? Brandon Thomas. Jacksonville Jaguars out of 99 going out to Jason Mello. Yeah, I know, but that's my point, Chris. Here's my thing. I'm not all about I'm not like that. Like if I buy something, it's like in my house. I wanted a move-in ready. Do you lose a little value when you buy a move-in ready house? Absolutely. But I if I'm spending the kind of money like that, I want it to be shelf ready. I just don't. Look, I have packages I haven't opened from people. You think I'm actually going to get to moving around? Boo! Kansas City Chiefs. Boo! All right, it's Doug Berger, but I'm still booing it. Boo! George Karlaftis, Kansas City Chiefs. And Hank Bachmeier out of 99. Optic Thurman Auto jersey card. Is it like the case hit out of Donruss Optic? Hank Bachmeier. I will. I'll find you a nice Lions card. I have another one set back. Hank Bachmeier actually goes out to Wake Forest or Louisiana Tech, but we're going to random that at the end. And Mackenzie Melton out of 25. I mean, you guys already picked for tomorrow. I don't think anything's changed. I do know that tomorrow's games are going to be wild. We have another wrestling meet tomorrow. My wife's like, okay, so today we didn't wear Bills gear. We wore my hat. My wife wore her hat. She's like, are we wearing our Bills gear to the wrestling meet tomorrow? I like that my wife's starting to get into it. She's like, if we lose to the Chiefs, I'm never watching football again because it's got to be rigged. And I'm like, ooh, saucy. I liked it. It kind of got me a little bit excited that she was like that. What? I saw the next two cards. What? I don't know if we've ever had a box like this in Jeff Sims out of 50. Back-to-back hits coming. Are you ready? Jeff Sims goes out. It's going to be another random. But yeah, she's all into it now. But she's like, it's got to be. You know why she's into it? I'll tell you why. My wife is a better hater than a lover. It's just how she's wired. And she's much better at hating Taylor Swift than she is at loving the Bills. She hates Taylor Swift. I'm going to skip one here. How about out of 35, T-Law for the Jags, Jason Mello. There you go. You'd already gotten a hit out of there, but that'll go to T-Law. Pennington, New Banta champ. So she hates Taylor Swift, and she hates Patrick Mahomes. She's like, I don't like the way he walks. She does his walk. She's like, I just don't like him. You know who she loves tonight? I was teasing her. She's like infatuated, like heart-throbbed, and like wants the poster in her room of CJ Stroud. I was like, fuck out of here with that. How about Anthony Richardson out of 99 for the Indianapolis Colts, Brad? I don't think we've ever pulled one of his out of this. So a Trevor Lawrence and an Anthony Richardson out of that box of Leaf Memories. Pretty solid there going out to the Colts. Yeah, I was giving her such a hard time once that's what I told her, Slam. No, for real though. Once she was like on it tonight, she's like, oh, he's so cute. Like, she's like, I don't mean it like that. She's like, I just mean he looks so innocent and blah, 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 blah. And she's going off. And then the preview, do you guys see the preview for the new Bob Marley movie? She wasn't watching. It comes out on Valentine's Day. I want to love you. And I was like, that Bob Marley comes out on Valentine's Day, in a Bob Marley movie. And she goes, I don't think that's a very Valentine's Day kind of thing. And I said, but CJ Stroud's actually playing Bob Marley. She's like, shut the fuck up. It's like, do you want to go? I pick on her. It's all right. She's out of my league, so I got to keep it fresh. Let her know I'm still jealous when she likes other dudes. Yeah, but she's pumped up for the game tomorrow. We all are. And here's the thing why. Like, so we usually have playoff parties, but with last week getting moved to Monday and the kids having school, we couldn't have one here. And then on Tuesday, it was a later game. And then we said we couldn't have it this week because it starts at 6:30. The kids have school on Monday, so that's too late. But if they win this week, we're hosting the next round, and anything, if they happen to, God willing, get to the Super Bowl. Brian Branch out of Ty Law out of 199. That was a Brian Branch. That's a cool card that we're hosting. Jamar Chase Heroes. You loving life right now, dude? Are you just loving life? There's an Anthony Richardson. Ooh, Matthew Stafford out of 999. I'd like to see a 101 come out of here. AJ Brown. I think they're trying to move on from Hurts. Last night we had such an interesting conversation. You guys seem to believe that Jalen Hurts was not equipped to be called a top 5. There's an Anthony Richardson, another one out of 499. A top 5, possibly even a top 10 QB in the league. I think you guys are nuts. That dude is solid. It was a bad ending. It's tough to see that. Out of 399, Jaden Reed, Mike Allstott, Terminator, Bijan numbered out of 399, Justin Jefferson, and Tyreek Hill. I mean, look, it's very easy to say Eagles are going in the wrong direction because of the way they ended the season. Of course they are. When you're like 11 and 2, and you end up getting a wild card spot when you were almost all but guaranteed your division, and then you also get eliminated in the first round, of course you're going the wrong direction. I mean, it's like when people are like, oh, sell your Jordan Love cards. It's like, dude, yes, they have some shit to figure out. But I'm not ready to be like, they're not equipped to be a number 1 team next year. They are. Jalen Hurts is good. Well, and that's the thing. You do have to wonder, all right, I'll give you this. And I don't agree that Hurts is a mediocre passer. I think he's better than that. I could be wrong. I got to watch him more. But I've seen enough of him to know that he's got that X factor. But I will say this. Can they do what they did this year without Kelsey and the tush push? Do you see centers? Oh, that's sexy. Oh. What up, Brent? You want to trade for that? I need that card, the Josh Allen Heroes. You do got to wonder, are they equipped to do anything with that? I think Allen's the second best quarterback in the league. If you're asking me who the most skilled quarterbacks in the league are, I'm not going to go any further than this, but I'll say Mahomes won Allen too. And that's not because I'm a Bills fan. I will say this, it might be because I've watched those two quarterbacks more. There's a Hendon Hooker more than others, and I feel like I've seen really bright moments. Natron Means out of 399. But I find it hard to argue that those are the top 2 in the league. I would probably put, when it comes to just all-around athletic QBs, I think I got to put Lamar Jackson at number 3. Look, did he win tonight? Did he look great tonight? Has he looked good this season? Absolutely. But even with that win, I just think that the Ravens, look, his numbers aren't like, he didn't do anything Josh Allen hasn't done this year. That's the best way to put it. He's never done anything in a game that Josh Allen hasn't done. He just hasn't. Daniel Jones out of 599. Is Baker top 5? He could be yet. Listen, don't give up on the number 1 pick overall. Brent, talk to me, man. I want this. Heroes, Josh Allen. If not, I have to pick one up at a show, and who knows when I'll find one. JSN, Quentin Johnston out of 99. In Tuck, they trust. They certainly do. The Browns are ready for Nick Chubby back. There's a Josh Allen. Clayton Tune, Antonio Gibson. Andre Reed out of 299. Another nice Bills card. And a Hines Ward. That's all she wrote with that box. You prefer passing QBs? Allen, Hurts, and Lamar are all passing QBs. I hate that when people are like, Lamar's a running back. Dude, but have you watched him throw the ball? He throws a gorgeous long ball. He can throw the ball. Dude, the guy had the best record in the league this year. He doesn't have to. Nope. This is what they tried to do to Allen. We talked about this a little bit. Well, I'll trade you something, Brent. Who's your PC team? We'll trade inserts or something. I like that. I like trading inserts. Let me know who your PC team is. Here's the thing. I don't like when people are like, they did this with Allen his first couple of years. Well, he's kind of just like a running quarterback. And then we got rid of Dayball, and then we had what's the psychopath? Ken Dorsey come in. And they're like, all right, listen here. We're going to teach you how to be a quarterback. And he just wasn't Josh Allen. Everyone's like, Josh Allen sucks again. He's throwing in. It's like you were trying to make him something he's not. So then they fire Ken Dorsey. They bring in Joe Brady. And Josh Allen loses one game. It's Joe Brady's first week. And it's against the Eagles at the peak of their season in overtime. And they haven't lost a game since. And now Joe Brady is getting interviewed for head coaching jobs. He's an interim offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. And everyone's like, well, Josh Allen. No, man, let these quarterbacks be who they are. Maybe if you make them throw, if you make them just throw the ball, are they going to be an Aaron Rodgers? No, but do they need to be? Are we that dumb? Are we that dumb as a group of fans that we're going to be like, you have to be just throw the ball to be a good quarterback? Dude, that's like saying your car just has to be fast to be a good car, right? Or your car just has to have nice wheels to be a good car. No, you need to have the total package. And then that's what makes you the nicest, right? Yeah, look, he does need to clean him up. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, no, I'm fine with Josh Allen's turnovers. If you go back through, at least 5, maybe 5 to 7 of them aren't really his fault. They went literally off the chest of receivers. And I'm not talking about his fumbles. I'd have to look more on those. But I watched enough games to see them literally hit receivers in the chest and go boom. And people are like, well, he throws the ball too hard. And then they're like, well, he needs to get that ball in there fast. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. They were just good throws. The receivers didn't catch them. It happens. It's fucking football. Let's stop acting like, it's something it's not. It's just, they were good throws. They didn't catch them. It is what it is. It's just shit happens. Do I think that they should look at interceptions and turnovers a little bit deeper and maybe not so much award like errors in baseball? I think it should be done. They're never going to do that. It's just not a necessary stat. Football is not baseball. Do you know what I mean? It's not a pure statistical sport as much as we want it. We love stats in football and we love our fantasy. It's just not the purest part of stats like baseball is. Kennedy Brooks going out to the Eagles. But I will say this. If you go back and look at Super Bowl quarterbacks over the last 5 years, they were top 3 in interception and turnover leaders. They were. At least one member of the Super Bowl team, one of the teams, the quarterback was a top 3 leader in interceptions and turnovers. It's just, you got to throw the ball, right? You got to be the best. Luke Musgrave for the Packers, 4 out of 30. Right. Here's the other thing I wish they'd change that. On pass interference calls, I wish they would award, and I'm going to go a little deeper in this, but I wish they would award the yards to the receiver on accepted pass interference calls But I also wish they would stop calling it pass interference if it's not catchable. And they say they don't, but they call pass interference. It should be illegal contact, right? Or holding. And give it to spot foul where they held him. That's whatever it is what it is. Zonovan Knight, 4 out of 49. And don't give him the yards there. But stop, like, if it's like it could have been caught, right? And so they drag him down. And now that dude's out the yards. Detroit Lions here. And Zach, there's a lot more on my list other than that. To me, the first thing that needs change is a fumble out of your own end zone. Like when you're scoring, that shit needs to go right away. Right away. Ooh. Velus Jones Jr. for the Chicago Bears. Jeremy. Yeah, I mean, Zach, that's easy to say, but if you watch all the games and you watch Niners and you watch sometimes the Lions Cup, for that to be true, I feel like it has to be the Ravens. Because if I'm going to go into it and say that, oh, well, the Lions have had games they didn't look like the Lions, and the Niners has been suspect. They went on like a 3 or 4 game losing streak. They almost lost to the Packers tonight. Well, so have the Bills. So have the Chiefs. Dual auto. George Pickens and Zamir White. It's going to be either the Steelers, Nate Gogol, or Robert McCurdy for the Raiders. We'll random that off at the end. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. And let me just explain why. And I'm sure you probably heard me say this before. You get the ball on your own 2-yard line and you fumble out, right? It's a safety. You get the other team gets 2 points and you kick it off. If you drive from that same spot 98 yards, you put together, and this is part of my reason why. 9-minute drive. 9-minute drive. You take 9 minutes off the clock. You drive 97 yards down the field. And yet you drop the ball and it goes out right before the touchdown, you get the ball right back. But if it just a little bit further and goes out, it's a touchback, the other team gets the ball to 20 going the other way. Now you've just diminished the value of that game. Because you took 9 minutes off the clock, and a difference of a 1 yard of a fumble changed the entirety, the authenticity of the game. I'm not buying it. I'm not. I'm not saying you're wrong or I'm right or anything, but you're not going to ever. There is nothing. I will always listen to arguments, but there is. I've been through this thing in 100 different ways. There is never going to be an argument you can have on that sake, that fact. There's a lot of things I'll listen to, and you can convince me otherwise, I promise. But on this rule, you're never going to convince me that's not the worst rule in football. It just doesn't make sense because of how it ruins the integrity of that drive or that game. Well, in that case then, ball security, right? Then let's go into like if your foot's out of bounds and the ball hits your helmet, now it's out of bounds. The fuck is that rule? It's not. The ball never went out of bounds, but his toe he was fully stretched out and he tapped the ball with his pinky and he's like, nope, ball's out of bounds. No, it's not. It's 8 yards inside the field. How about that one? Well, let's just say any ball that goes out of bounds then goes to the other team. Here, Josh, to your point, if it's all about ball security, and I'm not getting mad. I don't mean that my wife always like, you always sound like you're mad when you debate. I'm not mad. But like, I'll say this. If it's about ball security and you fumble the ball and it goes out of bounds, why doesn't it go to the other team? Answer that for me. If you want to make that the rule, then just because in reality, that should have been the other team's ball. Just fight out of bounds. Go out of bounds and get it. So if you fumble the ball, it rolls out of bounds, the other team gets the ball there. Because they could have recovered it, right? Nothing on the rules line up on that. It's a weird fucking rule. It doesn't line up. You know this is valid, man. You can argue it all you want. But sure as shit, if it's about, because your argument is ball security. Then if you lose the ball, if it fumbles and it's not recovered, it goes to the other team. To me, the thing that bothers me is it doesn't line up with all the other rules. Cedric Tillman, Cleveland Browns, Nathaniel. Joy to mention helmet to helmet. Cedric Tillman going out to the Browns. Nathaniel, there you go. I mean, they're probably not. Woo! Mike Vick, 4 out of 5. That goes to Atlanta. Atlanta Falcons. Larry, there you go, Larry. I'm with you, Don. Just put it at the spot of the fumble. What's it matter where it bounced? You don't do that anywhere else on the field. You never turn the ball over on an out of bounds anywhere else in the field. I get it out of your own end zone. If you fumble out of your own end zone, because then you would just drop the ball and throw it out. Right? Oh, it's not a safety. I fumbled. I get the ball back at the spot. But if you drive the ball 98 yards and it goes in front of the pylon, it's ball in hand. Behind the pylon, in your own end zone, the other team gets the ball at the 20. It's just nothing about that makes sense to me. There's nothing you can do to convince me that's a good rule. Uh-oh, here we go, though. Darnell Washington, Cedric Tillman, Jordan Battle, and Dante Demas, 7 out of 10. And last one, another one. What a break for the Colts. 1 out of 5. Anthony Richardson. Who's got him? Brad, what a break. 2 Richardson autos, and we're not done yet. And Anthony Richardson patch. And I think we pulled some sort of Anthony Richardson over here. A numbered Anthony Richardson as well. Like I said, Dak, I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. You're never going to hear me agree with you on this. And I feel almost as strongly as that. Can I talk about something again that bothers me that happened tonight? I'll look this up at the end. I'll see if there's any ownership rules in that. Something that bothered me that happened again tonight is when they were going, someone was running, and I think they stepped out of bounds, or I forget what it was, but they just got a call down from New York. The refs were all congregating and they were talking New York just pretty much called down and said, hey, the ball needs to go back to here. And it favored the Packers. I was like, it favored the Texans. I was like, I actually want the Texans to win this, so it doesn't bother me. But why can New York change the result? I wanted Texans to win, but Texans should have had to challenge that. You have to challenge the spot of the ball. That is a challengeable play. But New York sometimes is we're going to fix this one. But you have to challenge the one in the Bills Steelers game. They had a challenge that the ball hit the guy's helmet out of bounds. Why? I don't get why some things can be reviewed in New York and some things have to be reviewed as a challenge flag. And it costs you a timeout. That would be... I'm not saying that needs to change. But what I am saying is that if I could get clarification, if I could ask Dan Blandino or whatever the rules analyst is, and they have, and he was asked that before during a game. I believe it was a Bears game too. Honestly, if I remember correctly, and they were like, "Why can they change that?" And he's like, "Well, I wish I had a better answer for you, other than they're allowed to call down and fix things that are blatant on the field." The fuck? They are? Why do I have to challenge the things that are obviously blatant then? Because if I wouldn't challenge them, you know what I mean? It's just none of it makes sense. That's awesome. Yeah, that Richardson's the So Money inserts do well. All right, here we go. And then the thing they're worried about is the tush push or the brotherly shot. That's the thing they want to concern themselves with. Come on, dude. No one's ever been hurt on the play, but it's a safety issue. No, it's not. It's just it's so we ignore the other things. It's a distraction. Romeo Dowds to the Packers, 6 out of 20. That Michael Vick is nice, man. I love me some Michael Vick. And Travis Dye Going to be 19 out of 30. Yeah, I'm obviously super excited for the game tomorrow. I will say I'm going to try not to eat because I'm hoping to make some chicken wings. Love me some chicken wings on Bills game day. It goes out to the Jets. Thank you. It does. You're right, Chris. Chris is like, shut the fuck up and break, dude. I get it. I had so much fun with you guys last night. Xavier Worthy, take it to the house out of 5. I was telling my wife today, I was showing her, Zach, we were out to eat at the Ichiban, and I was showing her the fridge picture. She's like, I thought I saw something on your page about fridges, and I was explaining to her why we did that. All right, and Sam Howell in the Washington Uni, 3 out of 5. Commanders going out to Lonnie. And Travion Henderson, take it to the house out of 15. That's gonna go out to Ohio State Buckeyes. So it looks like we're gonna have a bunch of randoms at the end. Dude, I'm not even close to an Anchor Bar, man. My wings are better than Anchor Bar. Jaden Delora, 16 out of 20. I'm not even joking, man. The way I do my wings. I'm going to make Motor City pizzas and buffalo chicken wings so that I get the Lions Bills combo in. Washington State going to have to be random. I like Vic. Brees Hall for the Jets. Going to be a 21 out of 25. Randy, there you go. Randy. And Jalen Tolbert, Dallas Cowboys, cracked out of 20. Dallas Cowboys going out to Ricky Stone this time. I barely knew her. Hendon Hooker, 20 out of 20. Detroit Lions, Ricky. Man, Anthony Richardson, Michael Vick, Sam Howell, Hendon Hooker. I mean, listen, at 25 a spot, can you beat a break like this? You can't even get a single box of Panini right now about that. And our 101 is going to be doubling down on the Cowboys. Pink, Jalen Tolbert. How many years before we see Hendon Hooker slam? How many more years does golf get till we see Hooker? Or is it just going to be one of those guys that fades out? We never really see him. They draft someone else along the way. All right, guys, we're going to do a recap. And actually what we're going to do is give out spots for the next week's fantasy, the conference round fantasy contest. Some people already have one. Actually, did I move? I think I moved the extra people over. But we'll see then. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you joy, Dougie. I try to at least annoy you guys with my bantering and soapbox speeches. All right, we have out of 99, Keyshawn Johnson, out of 99, Quentin Johnson, Stafford the 399, Anthony out of 499, Ajalari McCaffrey and Justin Shorter pink along with Joey B. We have the Bryce Young base, Jameer Gibbs silver, and the red and black checkerboard, Ryan Tannehill. We got ourselves Jalen Tolbert for the Dallas Cowboys. I know, I didn't help the situation that I was bitching the whole time. But the NFL rules, I think part of it's my nerves for tomorrow. What movie are you watching, man? The Jets, Travis Dye, Randy Coda getting that one. What's on movie night tonight? And Romeo Doubs to the Green Bay Packers. Not a bad one there, going out to Don Wiley. Cedric Tillman for the Browns. Cleveland Browns going out to Nathaniel. And Velus Jones Jr. for the Chicago Bears, Jeremy. Zonovan Knight going out to the Lions, Detroit Lions. Ricky, he was not done. Luke Musgrave for the Packers to Don. Kennedy Brooks going out to the Philadelphia Eagles, going to be Rob Scandal. And Trevor, let's put this over here. George Karlaftis for the Kansas City Chiefs going out to Doug Berger. And for the Jags, Brandon Thomas going out to Jason Mello. No M. What did I say? And a Tolbert for the Cowboys. What are you talking about? All right, here we go. How about Trevor Lawrence for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Jason Mello, that's out of 35. Hendon Hooker for the Detroit Lions, Ricky Stotler. Breece Hall for the New Jersey Jets going out to Randy Coda, that's out of 25. Sam Howell for the Washington Commanders going out to Lonnie. And Michael Vick for the Atlanta Falcons going out to Larry. Show the V-list. Hold on. Anthony Richardson, all over this break. Boom. Indianapolis Colts, Brad Holstein, the trifecta. Patch, Leaf. So money on this one. Show that V-list. Oh, M. They use weird patches. I see what you're saying. On Panini stuff, it usually says rookie. Jones Jr. V-list. It's a V, an N. I don't know. It's stupid. Listen, it's not game use or any of that nonsense. All right, so we do have 4 to random off, unless I got to check on these. So Cedric Tillman is the Browns. That's Nathaniel Collins. Darnell Washington is the Steelers. That's going to be Nate Gogol. Jordan Battle and Dante Demas. Remember, if anyone owns majority percentage, they get the card. Dante Demas Jr. goes out to the Baltimore Ravens, and that is going to be Chris Taylor. And then the Jordan Battle. Jordan Battle goes out to the Cincinnati Bengals, and that is going to be Joseph Taylor. So nobody has ownership here. And then the Steelers and the Raiders, no one has ownerships. Let's do these two first. Oh, is that what it is? It's a divisional card? Well, it's not Panini. It was that one was actually Leaf. But usually Leaf's pretty good at that stuff. But listen, they have new ownership right now, and I heard they're doing some wacky things. So we'll see. We haven't had much of their product yet. George Pickens and Zamir White. Mineral 5. Here we go. Well, it's certainly better than Fanatics right now. They're a mess. Let's just throw in extra 101s. They're like not throwing cards in product. We'll throw out these extra packs that have nothing in it. Like don't get me started on them. Zamir White is going to get that card. It's going to go out to the Raiders. Robert, you're going to get that one right there. And 4-player card. Min roll 5. And this is either going to be Darnell Washington, Cedric Tillman, Jordan Battle, Dante Demas. All right, min roll 5. Here we go. I wish I could watch it. You gave me too many instructions. You're like, okay, click this link, then hit X, then click it again, then go to the third key over and wiggle it. I'm like, wait, what? No, I'm good. It was too much. I was like, this seems weird. All right, Darnell Washington, Pittsburgh Steelers going out to Nate Gogol. He didn't win the first one, but he got the second one. We got a lot more to random off here. These are all NIL cards. One, two, three. 4, 5, 6. There's what we're going to do. 6 cards here. I know, I'm messing with you. It makes me feel icky. I don't know why. I used to do it. I'm not judging. I used to do it. It's hard for me to do it anymore. Hank Bachmeyer, min roll 5 on these. That's a lot of money. If I bought a Mac, I'd have the money to buy the freaking ESPN thing. Tennessee Titans. You can't afford the fights? Just buy a Mac, and then you can get the fights for free. So just buy an $1,800 Mac computer, and then I can have the $100 fight for free. Gotcha. I'm just teasing Zach, but for real, it does make me feel icky. I don't know why. It makes me feel weird. It doesn't make me feel weird if it's like porn. That's okay. It's just like the fights. Like, something that's supposed to be free is already free. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just kidding. I don't watch that. Tim Scully. What's $40? What's $40 a year? Jeff Sims, min roll 5. Man, is he treating him like a Bud Light employee? It's going to be the Jags. They already have one. Jason Mello. How do you, what do you put that on? Just like your smart TV, or do you have to do that? Do you have to do that on like a computer or like a Fire Stick or what? I used to have the Panda, is it called? I don't know. Maybe that was the guy who made them, but it was essentially a hacked Fire Stick. It was all right. I liked it. I just felt like it was clicking new links all the time. For the Bills, Brent Derrick. You know what always worried me? I was waiting for something to show up in the mail. It was like, you are being sued for like copyright stuff. I don't know. I was like, oh, now I have to pay like a $200,000 fine. It scares me, man. It always worries me. I'm a weirdo, dude. I know I am. Arizona, Xavier Worthy. You can laugh at me. I laugh at myself. I know I'm a dork. I'm a rule follower. I didn't follow rules for so long, and now I'm like, look, I've made it to 40. I've made it this far. At this point, like, I'm living on borrowed time. So that's kind of why I got scared, because we used to do that, and we got all these weird things about downloaded music, and I was like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing it. I've learned my lesson. You win. I won't do it ever again. I think ours is LimeWire. My brother was always in charge of all that. Like, he would teach me how to do that. He's much smarter than I am. Top 2 and $5 hitless credits. Chargers and Texans is going to get it. Richard Myler and Zach McCarthy with the $5 credits. All right, and we're going to give away our... Oh, it's not red. That's not right. We're going to give away our first conference round fantasy spot. Everyone's eligible. Don't do that. Go back. Ooh, a piece of candy. Well, I just say that's what bothers me. You know what? I think that's why UFC partly hasn't grown as much as it could. I was like, look, he's got the money. He doesn't pay his fighters then. Just charge an annual fee. If they were like, look, like Sunday Ticket, you get every pay-per-view If you buy them in advance, it's $200. You get one pay-per-view a month. It breaks down to less than $20 a fight. But, like, here's the thing. They're like, that's super cheap. What about the people that buy every fight? Sure. How many people buy every fight? So many more people watch it illegally, right? But what if now 100,000, 200,000 people are like, I'll pay the $200. You could do a surplus thing where you do like behind, like you could upgrade stuff. Like there's a way to do it. But it would also grow your brand, right? And instead of doing that, he's like, nah, we're good with our fan base. We don't need to grow. It just, to me, he's like, it's just bad marketing. I honestly think so. Because you could convince me to pay $200 a month. You'll never, ever convince me to pay $100 for one. I don't care. The only one I would have ever paid for was Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. I got to random these. And I'll be honest, they would have probably charged $1,000 for that fight. And I would have been like, that's way above my pay grade. They weren't going to charge $100 for that one. 1, 2, 3 to the left, 4, 5, 6 to the right. One rule. It's 5, so we're going to go Devin Duvernay, Najee Harris, and Felix. And like, you know what, Zach? It could be one of those things where they're like, yeah, but the guys who are not gonna pay for pay-per-view now aren't gonna pay $200 anyhow. It's just gonna make it cheaper for the people who do. Do you know what I mean? Like, they could be like, it doesn't matter. No, if they're not willing to pay $100 a fight, they're not gonna pay $200 for the season. I disagree with that. I think it's more like take a loss to grow your business. I mean, I've done that many times. I'm gonna lose on this to bring people in, so that we can break every day no matter what. Like, it's just part of it. Like, and I don't get how these rich, like, operations can't afford to do that. All right, guys. Appreciate you being in here. I hope you all have a good night. Go Bills. I'm nervous as hell. Check in on me tomorrow, just not during game time. I love you all for hanging out. A little quiet tonight, but we had a good run here the last couple days. Good night. Go Bills.